on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a day in the life. My husband isn't working today, so we're going to be spending some time as a family, just relaxing, running some errands, things like that. I think we're also going to go around the property, so maybe we'll show you guys what we're planning on doing, where we're putting the vegetable garden, the barn, the chickens, the grapevines, all that good stuff. And I also wanted to share a little bit about what happened to me a few weeks ago. I was in a pretty bad accident, but I'm doing much better now. So anyway, first, we need to finish this coffee.
Nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me?
Tag? You know how to play tag, Jake?
Or just sit beside me and
But you could learn.
never leave?
Well, you gotta go back and get her, buddy.
It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years.
So it's a bit later. Jake is napping right back there, so I'm trying to be quiet. We have some work going on in the office right now that's out there. That's the little kid that you saw Jake playing with. The contractor brought his family today, so Jake has some playmates. I'm sorry if you hear them. You can kind of hear them making some noise outside the door. But anyway, we've got a lot of stuff going on at the house. Our other contractor is about to break ground on the barn. We're waiting to get the plans back for the house remodel, which is going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see that. So lots of really good stuff happening. But I did want to take a minute and just talk about what happened. I guess it's been about 5 weeks now, just about. I had a pretty bad fall. I was getting out of our boat and somehow lost my balance, and I just fell straight back into the bottom of the boat and had to be airlifted to the nearest trauma center, where I found out that I had fractured 3 of my vertebrae. It was just a crazy freak accident. Thankfully, I was told that I wouldn't need surgery, and now I'm 5 weeks in and I feel like I'm just about healed up. There's still some things I can't do and shouldn't do, like even getting on the floor to play with Jake is difficult for me. I can't pick him up or lift anything really right now. But other than that, I'm feeling a lot better. It was very, very painful for a while, and I was down. Robert had to take time off of work so that he could take care of me. I couldn't do anything for myself. I couldn't dress myself or even get out of bed without help. It was really tough for a while. But I feel like things are happening quickly now. Every day I feel better. I feel stronger. I'm able to do some beginners Pilates and stretches and things to help get my body kind of back to its normal routine. I've been doing quite a bit of walking lately, which is about the only exercise that I can do right now that isn't Pilates and stretching and things like that. But yeah, it was crazy. Thankfully, like I said, things are looking up and I'm feeling better every day. I'm no longer needing to use the walker or my back brace or anything like that. So it was definitely scary and I don't plan on ever repeating it. But we're very thankful that things are a lot better now. I'm also hoping that soon I'll be able to move this chair. It'll go in our bedroom now, but it's pretty much the only chair that I've been able to sit in. Now I'm able to get like off the regular sofa and the chair over here, but it's still a little uncomfortable because I need more of like a hard back to sit on. So we've had like all this furniture in here, and in a small house, it definitely takes up space. So I'm hoping to be able to move this back into the bedroom very soon and get the house back to normal. I was able to finally do some real cleaning yesterday, some dusting and things, and it really needed it. My husband's done such a great job taking care of everything, but he's had his hands full, so I'm glad that I can take some of that off of his plate now and kind of get back into my own routine, and just back into, you know, my everyday life. I just recently started cooking dinner again, and I think tonight I'm going to make some carnitas tacos, which I'm actually making a video of some of my favorite fall recipes that I'm doing. Now that I'm able to cook again, I've picked out a few recipes that I want to try, a couple that I've already made before, and I'm going to be sharing cooking all of them. So I'm not a huge fan of cooking, but since I've been unable to do it for the last 5 weeks, I'm actually excited to be able to get back into the kitchen again. All right, so I thought I would share a little of what we are doing. So this is kind of the side of our property. Ooh. I thought I heard something walking around in the woods back there. I caught a deer one time going up the hill. It was really, really cool. Anyway, so this is the side part of our property, and we actually had all of this excavated back, it's been a while. They were just kind of taking out some trees and doing the front yard, and they needed some topsoil to put on the yard. So they came back here and just excavated this whole area, which ended up being a good idea anyway, because now we have a little more space back here. It's more usable space. This is, I'm sorry if you can hear me kind of shaking because it's cold out here. But anyway, this is the trail that Robert is developing. He's coming back here with Jake actually when the weather's nice. And if you go back about, I think it's maybe 30 or 40 feet, maybe a little bit farther, but we have our spring back there. So he's making a nice path to get back there. So back to this area, it's a little cold to start on it now, and winter is going to be coming in a couple of months, but when the weather is nice, we've decided to make this like an outdoor theater. So we're going to string some lights, start at one of the trees up there, and then just bring the lights down to the fence, kind of all along the fence area. I'm shaking because I'm so cold. And then we're also going to make this our outdoor dining area. So we'll probably end up putting the screen around over here, and then the table will go down here kind of near the fire pit, so that while we're eating we can have a nice fire, which I think will be a great use of the space. So I want to do something kind of nice leading in to this area. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do, but I think it'll look really nice with the lights coming down from the trees down over to the fence and just kind of coming all the way down. So I think it'll be really great when we're done, but I think this will probably be a later project once it warms up again. We just had someone come out and grade this area because this is where we've decided to put our vegetable garden. I think my father-in-law is coming up next month, and he's going to help Robert build some raised beds. So we'll be filming that as well. And then come, I guess, spring, we'll probably start planting things and getting it ready to hopefully harvest some vegetables next year. So we'll see how that goes. But I think what we're going to do is start with some tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, things that we use all the time, and we'll see how that goes. And then maybe we'll think about expanding it. But I think this is going to be a great place for it. It gets a lot of sunlight. So I'm really excited to see how this area turns out. I am trying so hard to keep my teeth from chattering and to not shake the camera. But I wanted to show you right across the driveway. That's where the barn is going. So it's not going to be very big, but it is going to have a small 1-bedroom apartment on the top. Everything's going to face out. So we'll have like a little walkout porch, and then that will face the mountains over there, so that our guests will have a nice view. Once the apartment is done, we are actually going to move into the apartment, and then they'll start remodeling the house. So lots of exciting things, as I mentioned before, are going to be happening, and will probably be under construction for, I would think, the next year. The chickens will also be next to the barn, which I think will be, easy to keep all of their feed and things that we need to take care of them. All of that will be close by. And then the last thing, right down there, you can't really tell, but our yard has a very nice slope to it. And so that kind of in the middle of the yard, sort of leading down, if I'm explaining that correctly, I don't know if I am, but kind of like leading down the slope in this area, that's where we are planning on putting our grapevines. So I think I mentioned in my last video that we've talked to the vineyard that's about a mile away from us. It's pretty much around the corner from our house. And they are getting us connected with the person that they use to help them grow their vines. And then that way we can get the information that we need to in order to be able to do that. And then they're going to harvest them and purchase them from us, but we'll also get to keep some for ourselves and make a small batch of wine, which I think will be so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to that too. Alright guys, that is going to be a wrap on this day in the life. As you can see, I did not end up making carnitas. Robert got home late from the grocery store. I think you could probably hear them, and they're playing with Jake's cars right now. But anyway, we were really tired and hungry, so I just popped a pizza in the oven, and that is going to be it. We opened a bottle of wine. We are going to have a glass of wine, enjoy some music, and probably fall into bed because I feel like today has been a really long day. It's been really nice, but definitely long. So anyway, I will say goodnight here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more content like this, and we will see you next time.